Avoiding your unfinished home projects because you're not sure where to start? Thumbtack knows homes, so you don't have to. Don't know the difference between matte paint finish and satin? Or what that clunking sound from your dryer is? With Thumbtack, you don't have to be a home pro. You just have to hire one. You can hire top-rated pros, see price estimates, and read reviews, all on the app. Download today.
At Danner, the journey is never complete. The Danner N45 Trail Hiker is designed to support those willing to sweat in search of their edge. Featuring per-spare uppers with a Rheoprene gussets for maximum breathability and Endurafoam midsoles for long-lasting comfort and cushion. The recraftable Vibram Mega Grip outsoles are built to be rebuilt. Danner's precision fit technology is available in women's styles. Breathe in the scenery with the Danner N45 Trail Hiker. Wherever you are on your journey, take new steps in the only direction you were meant to go. Forward. Explore the N45 at danner.com. Hate doing cardio? Try brushing and flossing your teeth. I'm not talking about building up a sweat. I'm talking about building a healthier mouth for a healthier heart for a healthier you. Smile Generation trusted dentists look at your care through the lens of the mouth-body connection because what happens in the mouth plays a critical role for the rest of your body. To find a dentist near you committed to treating all of you, visit smilegeneration.com/confidence today and live longer, healthier, and happier with confidence unleashed.
All right, places, please. The Daly Migs Show is on deck. Guitars plugged in. Drums ready to go. Chickens. Other animals. And action. This is the Daly Migs Show on The Rock with Taryn Daly and Steve Migs.
While listening to the Daly Migs Show, please refrain from any unnecessary finger gesturing.
99.9 KISW.
Good morning and happy hump day, the last day in April. Steve,
Oh, wow.
I know. And you know what I'm realizing? We're running out of time.
For what?
Well, Danny's daughter, Lily, is going to be graduating from 5th grade and coming up here.
I mean, she's about to graduate from college, it feels like. Yeah.
But we only have about a month to get hip on the new slang. And I have not had any updates on slang lately. I only know Riz, Skibbity, Sigma.
Alpha Sigma.
Alpha Sigma.
Yep. I actually heard somebody say skibbity in the wild, and I almost wanted to just run headfirst into a wall. Yeah. I was like, what are we doing?
I mean, Danny, do you have any new words that we need to be practicing for the next month so that we sound hip and cool when she gets here?
No. And also what I've learned from her is that if adults say these words, it's not hip and cool. She actually just like kind of cackles and just like is like, oh my God, I'm so embarrassed.
We're the hello fellow kids people then.
Well, what is the cutoff for some of these words? Is it like 18? Is it you have to be under 18? What is it?
I think 12 because she's 11. So it's like, yeah, you probably can't say in past 12.
Yeah, I mean, to her, an 18-year-old is like ancient.
Like a nerd.
It's so weird you're bringing this up because I was just looking on Reddit and there was like this whole thing about like internet or just like slang terms. Now, we're talking about ones that are current that we're not hip to, but there's ones that are considered to be outdated that people still use.
We're not what to?
Hip.
Hip? Is that one, Steve?
Yeah, actually, that was number 6 on this list of outdated. Man, you're being real gnarly to me, brah.
No, I like gnarly.
Gnarly's number 1.
Okay.
What about stoked?
I mean, I feel like I use that all the time.
I'm guilty of using stoked.
So stoked, man.
I even start emails with that. Stoked!
Yes. It's weird because he sends us to our CEO
all the time.
Sweet.
Oh, my God. This is my entire vocabulary.
Oh, Ryan Castle screwed on this one. Word. There are so many times, peek behind the curtain, we'll send like some kind of like email to Ryan, our boss, and be like, and we're expecting like some kind of a heartfelt response back, and all we get is word.
So deep.
All right, how about this one? We got sick.
Oh, God. When do these go out? Are we supposed to retire these? Because I'm not ready, you guys.
Sick, bro. What about tight?
Oh, man.
I don't think I've used tight recently.
No.
Okie dokie.
You know, honestly,
I use that with my wife at least once a day.
I was going to say, that's like a significant other thing. I always respond, okie.
Right?
I don't put the dokie. I just put the okie.
Sometimes I get a little quick with her and I go okie doke.
Wow, you are hip.
Every time she's like, hey, can you grab a coffee? I'm like, okie dokie.
This whole conversation's rad, guys.
Oh, no.
Can you dig it?
Yeah.
Before this gets any worse, let's inform the Rockaholics.
Knowledge is power. So give us 5-ish minutes and we'll give you, some interesting stuff you can talk about at work. This is the Daily Migs Download,
AKA the DMD.
Here's your daily dose of doings happening in the world.
I do like this one that said, I'm the right on guy at work. I'm definitely the right on guy. So many of my emails just say right on.
Right on, man.
Slay. Sorry. If I stop doing all these. The DMD is brought to you by Palace Law, who are known for being gnarly.
So gnarly,
They
bro.
slay.
Sick.
They're hella cool. And it's also a very special day. This will even date us some more because it's International Jazz Day.
Ooh, I was in the jazz band.
Were you?
Yes.
Okay, so I spent a lot of time thinking about what my future hobby is going to be because I know like the hobbies that I have right now, like wrestling and hockey, when I do get around to one day playing it again, at some point physically I won't be able to do it anymore. And I'm like, well, what would be the next hobby? I can't just give up on having a hobby in my life. You know what my current thought is?
What?
I want to relearn how to play the drums, but jazz style.
With like some brushes.
Brushes, the traditional old school grip, and learn how to be a jazz drummer. And then like when I get a little bit older, I want to start a jazz band.
I would be
So
in
you
the
can
front
join it.
row. I would, yeah. Well, I only know how to play Careless Whisper right now, so I need to take some saxophone lessons too.
Well, I need to take drum lessons. We got
Let's
plenty of
go.
time. At least another 2 years. Okay, so
This is going to be fun.
Hey, yesterday, you know what was fun? Your Seattle Mariners. Again, Jorge Polanco. This guy has quickly become my favorite Seattle Mariners player. He pretty much is responsible for them winning the game. He drove in all 5 runs and a couple of home runs as well as the Mariners beat the Angels 5-3. Got a little scary in the 8th inning because some Angels scored a couple of runs, but then Munoz just shut it down. They're back at it again this afternoon, so hopefully the winning ways continue for our red-hot Seattle Mariners.
Also, from the world of Seattle sports, there is a major announcement set for today at Climate Pledge Arena, and it's all surrounding women's professional hockey.
No, I heard it was actually a women's professional pickleball team is going to be announced. Very excited about this.
Can't wait to get in on that action.
I'm fired up. It's the PWHL.
Yes!
Which is the Pro Women's Hockey League, which Vancouver just got a team.
So exciting. And you know what is going to be my favorite, though, is that when the naming happens and then everybody loses their minds about what the name of the team is going to be, and then they get mad about the mascot, just like they did with the Kraken. It's going to be really fun.
It's going to be a blast.
It's going to be so fun. The comment section is going to be awesome.
I mean, I don't think it's going to be as insane as it was with the NHL, but it'll still. I'm sure people will still complain. Hey, if they work black into their jersey scheme, I'll be buying one.
Oh my gosh, I cannot wait. This is very big news.
I'll definitely be going to some games when it happens. I would imagine it's going to be a little bit more affordable than going to Kraken games. So for families, this would be a good way to introduce your kids to hockey.
Totally.
All right, Rick, speaking of hockey, I don't know if the Kraken are going to try and get him as a coach, but Rick Tocchet just said, I'm done Dundee. I don't know if that's outdated slang, but he's done with the Vancouver Canucks. He's citing some family priorities, and also it was the end of his contract. So he's like, you know what, let's just kind of walk away from this whole situation. But, I mean, he did lead the team to a division title. He won the 2024 Jack Adams Award, had a great record with the Canucks as well. So, I mean, if family is the reason, he's not going to probably find another team, but if he does find another team, they'll be lucky to have him.
Yeah, for sure.
And the Kraken would be lucky to have him.
Come on down.
Yeah.
Starbucks has opened up its very first 3D printed store. It is a drive-through only location. It's located in Brownsville, Texas. And this robotic arm built it by layering concrete. It's the weirdest thing ever.
So the robots built this as well?
Yes.
Will they have robot baristas?
Oh, I mean, that's already a thing.
Will they have robot awkward small talk?
I hope so.
Because, I mean, otherwise you're not a good Starbucks barista.
No, not at all.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard, like what was it, like someone built a 3D car?
I mean, they can build like 3D dwellings. It's wild.
It is, yeah, this is just way above my brain level. I still don't understand how that all works, but it's pretty impressive. Hey, as far as weather, we're finally in the 60s again. It's going to be a high of 63 and cloudy. That is the DMD, brought to you by Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel, and that's what's up.
The Daily Migs Show.
This Saturday, we're going to be heading down to the land of Steve Migs, Puyallup, Washington, and hanging out at the Red Dog located in Sunrise Village. I've never been to this place, Steve, but I'm fired up about it.
I've heard that it's thebomb.com.
Oh, no.
Sorry, going back to the slangs.
It's called Sunrise de Mayo, and it is probably going to be bomb.com because you can bring your dogs,
yes,
you can bring your kids, and we're going to be hanging out from noon until 2. So come on by. Get all the info on Sunrise de Mayo at KISW.com.
Ready to explore Europe the striped way? Then fly with Condor Airlines. With nonstop flights to Frankfurt, Germany, there are great connection options to several cities. Whether it's the romantic streets of Paris or the stunning beaches of Barcelona, Condor will start your vacation by offering comfortable and spacious cabins. Fly the Stripe Way. Visit Condor.com today.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
What's up? It's your boy, the Ted Smith. You know what's sneaky? A bunch of big corporations buying up local companies you know and love, gutting them, and keeping the name. But you know who's not a sellout? Pinky's Plumbing. That's right. Pinky's Plumbing's values start with their work ethic, honesty, how they treat their employees, and how they care for their customers. Bigger isn't always better, and that's a fact. You should know you're working with a locally owned company that truly values where they live and work. Pinky's Plumbing. Pinky'sPlumbing.com.
In the week, we had former Washington Husky football great Terry Holloman on the show. We were talking about the NFL draft going down, and specifically all the chaos surrounding Shedeur Sanders.
Which I still, every day, I put on ESPN, put on Sports Center. It's still one of the top topics.
Well, Terry said that he heard a rumor about why Shedeur dropped to the 5th round. And if you missed our chat with Terry, this is what happened.
This thing is just so fast. Someone I saw said something like, this would make for a great 30 for 30. And I totally agree, because there's just so many parts. I'm like, we've had egotistical football players going into the draft before. We've had players that have had maybe overbearing parents go into the draft before, with like the Manning family. Mm-hmm. It just blows my mind that this was the one instance where it was so bad that it almost felt like, and I know maybe I'm a conspiracy theorist, but it almost felt like the league's like, nobody can draft him until the 5th round. Like, we got to teach this kid a lot. It just seems so strange to me.
Yeah, conspiracy theory or not, there's stranger things that have happened. I've heard the conspiracy theories, and some of them maybe have some validity to it. I mean, but you have to take into consideration, again, who his father was. Do compare the two when you talk about, and this is dating us right now, Steve, Taryn, is going back to when the Manning brothers were coming out and going into the draft. Their dad, Archie Manning, was kind of, he had his hands on where they were going to go, where they were going to play, and things in their NFL career. Fast forward to a Deion Sanders, he's told people from the very beginning he wanted to orchestrate his kid's career, and I think to a certain degree, that's okay, because this is someone who has been through the process. He's seen young men be taken advantage of in those boardrooms, and have their talents, taken advantage of. So I think on one hand, it's great to have a father that is active in their sons' lives and their careers and want to make sure everything is taken care of. But I think a lot of these teams might have been afraid of getting a 2-for-1 deal, getting a Shedeur Sanders at quarterback and a Deion Sanders as a distraction.
Obviously, we've been hearing about maybe he sank his own ship a bit in the pre-draft. What were your thoughts on kind of how he was handling some of those interview situations?
Well, yeah, all I can do right now is speculate on that, because, and that's all anybody really can do right now, unless you're getting the word from the general managers or the coaches who are in the offices interviewing those guys. But I did hear that he seemed a little bit brash, a little bit standoffish. Somebody had mentioned that he took a FaceTime call during the interview. Now, I didn't need to confirm or deny, but I don't care what job interview you're going for. I don't care if there's McDonald's is hiring. Do not pick up the FaceTime during the interview. That's just my lesson to all you kids out there listening right now.
A great life lesson from Terry Holloman. Don't take a FaceTime during an interview.
I mean, I am not really shocked. If that was true, if it's not just a rumor, if that's real life, I am not shocked at all.
There's nothing more I want in life than for that to be true, because that is one of the most insane stories. Like, could you imagine being like the general manager or the scout, and you're talking with this guy who potentially might be, you're thinking, this could be our quarterback of the future, and he's like, hold on a second. Chuck is calling me. What's up, dude?
How rude.
That's insane.
I do love the rumor mill, though.
Yes.
Give me a piece of gossip. that I can chew on for a minute.
Is there a rumor about you that's not true?
Well-
That has lived with you for a while?
I mean, it doesn't live with me anymore, but when I was in high school, I was a freshman, and a kid in my class had an older brother that was a senior. And that senior thought my last name and first name together were very funny, so he started calling me tearing her pants off Daly. Which turned into like, oh, she must be easy. She must be promiscuous. And I, at the time, was a virgin. Thank you very much.
I like how you preface it by saying, at the time. Because let's not talk about college.
And she was tearing her pants off.
Oh, God. Actually,
Nightly.
she legally changed her name on her ID. I saw your ID the other day. I always thought that was a weird middle name.
I am positive our Rockaholics probably have some rumor stories that they could share with us.
Oh, 1,000%.
Give us a call now, 206-803-ROCK.
The Daily Migs Show.
Everyone's probably had a wild rumor at some point. We want to hear the insane ones. 206-803-ROCK. What's the craziest rumor anyone ever made up about you? We'll take your calls after Red Hot Chili Peppers. 206-803-ROCK is our number, and we would like to know, what is the craziest rumor that anyone ever started about you? And all of this is stemming from our chat that we had with former UW Husky football player Terry Holloman earlier this week. He heard a rumor about what was going down with Shedeur Sanders and why no one wanted to draft him.
I did hear that he seems a little bit brash. Somebody had mentioned that he took a FaceTime call during the interview. Now, I didn't need to confirm or deny, but I don't care what job interview you're going for. I don't care if there's McDonald's is hiring. Do not pick up the FaceTime during the interview.
What's the craziest rumor?
Next time I'm interviewing for a McDonald's job, Danny, please FaceTime me.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What is the craziest rumor anyone has ever started about you? 206-803-ROCK.
Now, someone texted and said, it's funny that you mentioned a rumor about a cult, because earlier you said, hey, if you were in a cult or blah, blah, blah. And this person says, actually, a classmate swore that I was in a cult because I didn't go to prom.
That's weird.
I had a weird rumor that was kind of true, but not true about me. So there was a rumor going around in our high school that a few of us were into black magic.
Ooh.
Right. Like we were into like doing like spells and things along those lines. I wasn't. But that was the reason why I quit my old band. I don't know if you ever heard about my great old band called Elderly Destruction.
Was that a black metal band?
No, we were a metal band. And one of the guys, our guitarist, Paul, I don't know why, but he got really into like the occult and all that kind of stuff. And so I remember he was just like, hey, we're all going to get together later and we're going to sacrifice an animal. Do you want to do this with us?
Is this real?
Yes.
Oh, my God.
So then I'm like, no, man. And I'm quitting the band because I was just like, what? I think it was a chicken or a cat. I can't remember, but it was one of those animals. I'm like, I'm good. I don't want to be in this band anymore because it seemed like.
Oh, my gosh.
So fast forward the next day, I'm just like, hey, so I ran into one of the other guys that was in the band. I'm like, so what happened last night? And they're like, oh, yeah, we went out with Paul. He never did. Like, they called him on his bluff, and then he backed down a little bit. Like, he was still into that stuff, but he wasn't into that stuff that much.
He was too chicken to sacrifice the chicken.
Yes.
Oh, my gosh. 206-803-ROCK. Michael from Conway, what was the rumor that was made up about you?
When I first moved out here, I'm from Arkansas, originally a small town of 60 people, and I'm middle of nowhere. I walk barefoot everywhere. I heard that my City of Tacoma coworkers at the time, someone had started a rumor that I was the barefoot bandit stealing planes.
Was that Colton Harris Moore?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Michael, how do you feel about shoes in 2025?
Oh, I absolutely hate shoes. They suffocate my feet, but like I wear them because it makes everybody else more comfortable.
Okay, considering you walk barefoot so much, do you wash your feet when you take a shower?
Yeah, I do scrub my feet very thoroughly.
Don't use that as an example. If I was walking around the streets of Seattle barefoot, I would absolutely wash the bottoms of my feet. My feet are they're not dirty. Oh, thanks, Michael, for the call.
Michael.
Yeah.
206-803-ROCK. What is the craziest rumor anyone has ever made up about you?
I like this one. Someone at my old job told people that I was secretly married to the boss. I was 19. Here's the best part. We were hooking up, but not married.
I'm like, come on, get your story straight, guys.
It's kind of half true.
Check your references before you do that.
Yeah, how dare you people think that I married this old man? I'm just banging him. It's all good. Another text that just came in said, a rumor that I wish I was true. I worked in an environment, a dirty environment, so at the end of the shift, everybody would have to go to the locker room. We would change, and somehow it got around that I was very well endowed. Now people just talk about it at work, but it's not true.
Oh my! I would love for that. I mean, I wish that was true for that person.
So
That's a great rumor.
Do you think like the female coworkers are like, "Hey, what's up?"
Probably. It's a good problem to have. Good rumor to have.
The person texted and said, "People thought I was a spy because I spoke 3 languages and never posted on social media." This John guy seems a little weird. He's never on Twitter.
He's sus.
Yeah. Well, Danny, did you ever have a rumor about you?
Well, when I first started working here, our friend Sarah, who used to be on our show, there was a rumor about me and Sarah that Sarah was actually Lily's mom, but that she lived in New Mexico. It was one of our coworkers. She started talking, and she came to Sarah and was like, "Hey, is Lily the one that Danny always posts? Because I know you guys are together. Like, is that your daughter? And she just lives in New Mexico."
Please tell me Sarah said, "Yes, it is."
Sarah was like, "What?" Her mind was blown. Like, she was like, "How did you relate this?" But because Lily was blonde, and I don't know how that rumor started.
Well, I mean, my first question would be, well, if the dad and the rumored mom are both in Seattle, why would our daughter be in New Mexico?
Living with grandma.
Oh, so you just sent her off to grandma?
I guess. I don't. That was like a few people asked her about that when we first started working here.
That is a very elaborate rumor.
Yeah.
We have some wild coworkers, though. I mean, there was an old coworker. I don't know if I've ever told you. Danny knows the story. So way back in the day, Sarah's dad, BJ, used to have this joke on the air about me having an inappropriate relationship with my then German short-haired pointer, Lucy. To the point where we had T-shirts made because there's a picture of me cuddling with her, and it was blown up. It was so over the top. And I was at an event, and one of our coworkers pulled me aside and goes, "Hey, I have to ask, since it's just you and me right now," because it was like one of those random gas station events nobody showed up to, and she's like, "Are you really having sex with your dog?" And I was like, "Oh, excuse me."
It's so Enumclaw of you, Steve.
And it was such a casual question, like, "Are you really doing that?" I'm like, "No." "Oh, good." Because I really didn't want to talk to you for the longest time because I thought it was true. And I'm just like,
fun story.
What vibe were you giving off?
Fun story.
Well, I was wearing a dog leash.
Same coworker.
Yeah.
Had asked about if Sarah was the mother of my child.
Oh, bless her heart.
The Daily Migs Show. Daily Migs Show.
Who out there would like to try to beat Steve this morning? Take him down. He's got 131 wins, 48 losses, and 34 ties in 2025. 206-803-ROCK. Beat Migs coming up at 6:50.
Nerds! Today's episode is sponsored by Smart Travel, a new podcast from NerdWallet. Want to travel like a savvy jet setter? No, that doesn't mean monogramming your passport. It means making smart decisions every step of your trip, which means knowing your options. Smart Travel unpacks the facts, like which booking sites actually save money, how to fly first class using points, and if that fancy travel card is a smart investment. All so you can save more on your next adventure. Follow Smart Travel from NerdWallet today and start traveling like a pro.
Looking for a job is lonely. Endless searching, phone calls that go nowhere, applications that vanish into thin air. What if you could link with dozens of local companies who are hiring right now with just one connection? That's Express Employment Professionals. Find us at expresspros.com. One connection, endless opportunities, and no fees ever for job seekers. Express Employment Professionals. expresspros.com.
The Toyota Tundra and Tacoma are designed to outlast and outlive, backed by Toyota's legendary reputation for reliability. So get in a Tundra with the available iForce Max hybrid engine, delivering exceptional torque and towing capacity. Or check out a Tacoma. With available off-road features like crawl control, it can take you beyond the trails. Toyota trucks are built to last. So don't wait. Get yours today. Visit buyatoyota.com for deals and more. Toyota, let's go places.
Going up. Prices keep going up these days. It feels like being on an elevator that only goes up.
Going up.
But not at Metro. We're pushing the down button.
Going down.
We've lowered prices. Get one line of 5G data for $40, period. That's 20% lower. And you get a free 5G phone when you bring your number. Only at Metro.
5-year guarantee on eligible plans. Exclusions apply. See website for details. Not available at Metro with T-Mobile in the past 6 months. Tax applies.
This Bosch 2-in-1 impact driver rules.
Oh, yeah!
That couldn't have been
Macho Man Randy Savage indeed.
Yeah, a.k.a. you're in the Bosch. I'm a macho manifestation of that feeling you get when you use that 2-in-1 impact driver.
Oh, yeah?
Nah, say it with your chest, brother. Oh, yeah!
Oh, yeah!
We'll work on that.
The more you Bosch, the more you feel like a
Bosch.
Avoiding your unfinished home projects because you're not sure where to start? Thumbtack knows homes, so you don't have to. Don't know the difference between matte paint finish and satin? Or what that clunking sound from your dryer is? With Thumbtack, you don't have to be a home pro. You just have to hire one. You can hire top-rated pros, see price estimates, and read reviews, all on the app. Download today.
At Danner, we believe our beloved trails will always need footsteps to keep the paths from fading, and those journeys are often better when shared. The Women's Trail Trainer was built by women for women who embrace the outdoors. Rally your girls, lace up, and blaze the trail. Resurge midsoles provide next-level comfort, while Danner's Precision Fit technology offers more custom fit with optimal support. Breathe in the scenery and feel right at home in the dirt. Explore the Women's Trail Trainer at danner.com.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
The Daily Migs Show presents the most popular radio game on this side of the speaker. Let's play Beat Migs. Beat Migs, don't be a loser. Whoa! Beat Migs, you're a loser.
I believe Disco Dan from Browns Point is ready to beat Migs. Disco Dan, are you there?
Yeah, I am. I moved recently, but I'm here.
Oh!
Well, you're just a mover and a shaker. Where are you now?
Browns Point.
Is that in Tacoma?
Yeah, it's like northeast Tacoma.
Got it.
There we go.
Well, Steve, get out of here.
Bye-bye.
For those playing at home, Disco Dan has 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. You can pass all you want, but you will only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
Let's go.
Steven Tyler is the lead singer of what band?
Aerosmith.
Correct. In what decade did Volkswagen debut the Golf?
1980.
No.
90.
No.
70.
Yes. Who was the second president of the United States?
Pass.
How many years can a snail sleep for?
7.
No.
5.
No.
3.
Yes. What organ in the human body produces insulin?
Pancreas.
Correct. What instrument did Sherlock Holmes play?
Pass.
How many different baby mamas did Ray Charles have?
7.
No.
6.
No.
5.
No. What company created Mr. Pibb?
Ooh. Coca-Cola.
Yes, they did. Coins minted with the letter S were made in what U.S. city?
San Francisco.
Yes. Oh, good job finishing strong there. 6 points total for you, Disco Dan.
Thank you.
And here comes Mr. Steve Migs. He's strutting his stuff with confidence. But is he ready? Yeah, Daddy, let's go. That's what I thought.
You know it.
Steven Tyler is the lead singer of what band?
Aerosmith.
Correct. In what decade did Volkswagen debut the Golf?
I'm going to guess the 60s,
No.
specifically 1969.
Nice, but no.
70s?
Yes.
Okay.
Who was the second president of the United States?
Adams.
Yes. How many years can a snail sleep for?
7.
No.
6.
No.
9.
No.
Damn it.
What organ in the human body produces insulin?
The liver.
No.
The kidney.
No.
The heart.
No. What instrument did Sherlock Holmes play?
The flute.
No.
I don't know. The drums?
No.
I didn't even know he played an instrument. The violin.
Yes. How many different baby mamas did Ray Charles have?
6.
No.
9.
Nice, but no.
4.
No. What company created Mr. Pibb?
Pepsi.
No.
Coca-Cola.
Yes. Coins minted with the letter S were made in what U.S. city?
Seattle.
No.
Saratoga.
No.
San Jose.
No. What does the com in .com stand for?
Communication?
No. Steve, you got 5 correct, and that is a loss. 6-5. Congratulations, Disco Dan.
Thank you. Let's go Mariners.
Mariners.
Let's go Mariners. We can agree on that part.
Oh.
That got me excited.
Well, our friend Disco Dan knew that a snail can sleep for 3 years.
3?
The organ in the human body that produces insulin, he got this one right too. The pancreas.
You know what's weird? In my head, I was thinking pancreas, and I'm like, that's definitely not the answer.
It's too obvious.
Sometimes I just listen to my own brain.
Ray Charles had 10 baby mamas.
No.
Yeah.
Almost as many as Sean Kemp.
Disco Dan knew that if a coin had the letter S on it, it was minted in San Francisco. And the com in .com stands for commercial.
Commercial.
Disco Dan should definitely go to the Rock Shop to check out our latest shirt. Steve, you want to tell people what that shirt says?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
The shirt says, I beat Migs. And Disco Dan did that. Go get the shirt at KISW.com.
The Daily Migs Show. Daily Migs Show.
We have this super awesome new feature on the Odyssey app where you can leave us a voice message. Download the app to your smartphone. Leave us a message. Some that we have been getting have been so fun. Some have been very interesting, Steve.
We're leaning towards the interesting, as today it's all about old people and beaver farts.
Let's slide into our VMs after Nirvana.
Something got you bent, and now you need to vent, or you did something bad and you need to repent? Well, slide into our VMs. Yeah, baby, it's time to slide into our VMs. On the Daily Mix Show.
Our voice messages are open for business. You just head over to the Odyssey app, which is very easy and free to download to your smartphone, and leave us your thoughts right there.
And we have gotten some interesting voice messages. One about beaver farts. We'll get to that one in a second.
I call that something different.
Oh. Wow. So do I, actually.
Me too.
It's one of the few words that I actually use that letter. Never mind.
Okay.
Let's start off with one about old people. Are you ready for the first voice message that was left for us through our Odyssey app?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to vent about all my old people that work with me at work. They're a bunch of lazy people. They don't do anything.
Is this Danny talking about us?
Us boomers.
You jerk.
You're welcome.
So, if you're going to be that old, then you need to just stay at home and do nothing instead of trying to work and make our work harder.
Yeah.
Well, why stay at home and do nothing when you can go to work and do nothing and get paid for it?
Duh.
I mean, they've earned that right. They're old.
What do you think he does for a living?
Oh, I would love to know.
Yeah, he's a barista or something.
Yeah, I wonder.
There's certain places,
Works
though,
at Walmart.
Yeah.
certain places I go where I'm looking for the oldest person that works there. And that's like Home Depot, Lowe's, any sort of like hardware store. I'm like, I want a dude named like Henry in his late 60s to help me find what it is that I'm looking for. I'm not going after the young, millennial or Gen Z person for help. I want Henry.
You think Henry knows exactly what it is?
Yeah, his friends call him Hank.
Hank
Yeah.
can tell you exactly what to do, and he could probably save you a couple bucks while doing it.
And guess what? He's not like tweeting during his lunch break, He's a hardworking man.
Sometimes you go up to those young whippersnappers over at Home Depot, and it's clear that they have no idea what they're talking about. I'm like, would you learn that on YouTube? Oh, jerk.
Loser.
Wow. All right. Now we go from old people to beaver farts.
Mm-hmm.
Please tell me you're going to talk about the beavers that fart, and they don't fart just for fun, unlike you, Migs. I hope you...
Okay, hold on a second. Why am I being attacked on
Is
this?
this your wife?
Sounds a lot like Sid.
I hope you guys talk about it. I was reading about it this morning, and it's hilarious.
All right, do you know what this is all about?
No.
Because I had to Google it to figure out what the hell she's talking about with beaver farts. So apparently the wildlife group captured a beaver that farted. And so I would just instantly think that's hilarious. Beavers also don't eat the right foods and their stomachs don't agree with it, whatever. But apparently they don't do it for relief or amusement. According to these wildlife experts, they do it on purpose. And here's a beaver officer.
What?
Which was Danny's job in college as well. Her name is Lauren. It still is. Okay, over at Emo Night. You can DJ Beaver Officer. Can you start calling by that? Or DJ Officer Beaver? No. All right, well, anyways, here's Lauren talking about why beavers fart.
We put camera traps out to try and track the beaver activity, and we got loads of really great stuff. So we got the beavers building their dams, grooming, feeding, swimming. But one that did stand out and made everyone in the office laugh was the beaver breaking wind. Beavers...
Okay, is that the beaver farting right there?
This is juicy.
Beavers, near their tail, they have glands that can secrete this oil called castoreum, and that actually helps them to mark their territory. So we think what the beaver was doing in the video is actually marking its territory and communicating to any other beavers out there that actually this is my patch.
I'm going to remember to use that when I fart in front of my wife. Be like, look, I'm just marking my path. It's castoreum. I'm just releasing my castoreum. Sorry, babe.
Does it sound like that when you do it?
Yes.
The Daily Migs Show.
A 7-year-old did something so completely insane, it led to him and his little sister going missing. They are both fine, but the story is completely wild, and we're going to tell you all about it at 7:20.
Ready to explore Europe the striped way? Then fly with Condor Airlines. With nonstop flights to Frankfurt, Germany, there are great connection options to several cities. Whether it's the romantic streets of Paris or the stunning beaches of Barcelona, Condor will start your vacation by offering comfortable and spacious cabins. Fly the striped way. Visit condor.com today.
Hate doing cardio? Try brushing and flossing your teeth. I'm not talking about building up a sweat. I'm talking about building a healthier mouth. For a healthier heart, for a healthier you. Smile Generation trusted dentists look at your care through the lens of the mouth-body connection, because what happens in the mouth plays a critical role for the rest of your body. To find a dentist near you committed to treating all of you, visit smilegeneration.com/confidence today and live longer, healthier, and happier with confidence unleashed.
Nerds!
Today's episode is sponsored by Smart Travel, a new podcast from NerdWallet. Want to travel like a savvy jet setter? No, that doesn't mean monogramming your passport. It means making smart decisions every step of your trip, which means knowing your options. Smart Travel unpacks the facts, like which booking sites actually save money, how to fly first class using points, and if that fancy travel card is a smart investment. All so you can save more on your next adventure. Follow Smart Travel from NerdWallet today and start traveling like a pro.
There's a 7-year-old boy in Utah who I'm really hoping is not destined for a life of crime, Steve Migs.
Uh-oh.
Because what he did, he took his mom's car.
Okay.
His little sister was in the car, and he drove it for 10 miles through multiple towns.
7 years old.
7 years old.
So his sister's younger than 7. Oh, that won't freak out Mom at all.
Not at all.
No.
So neither of the kids were hurt. They did end up stopping when they hit some sort of like a parking strip, and then the car wasn't moving anymore.
That's impressive, though, at 7 that you can drive for that long and not get into an accident.
Insane. These are some of the folks in the community talking about what happened.
I was pretty shocked and scared because, I have a kid, so I know how scary it is to come home and find your kid and your car gone. This is a really high trafficked area for a little kid.
Yeah, I would be freaked out. If my Kia Sportage was gone, that would just make me very sad. If Tatum was gone, too.
Yeah, such a great car.
Yeah, Tatum doesn't make a beeping sound when she backs up, but my car does.
This is a really high trafficked area for a little kid to be driving right here.
That's honestly crazy to me. I can't believe that he had the knowledge to really know how to, drive a car and even reach the pedal.
You're right. How tall is a 7-year-old?
When we get onto our driveway, sometimes I'll let Barrett sit in my lap and steer, but his feet are so far from the pedals at 5.5.
And yeah, in a year and a half, his feet will still not be able to touch the pedals.
No, not even close.
I'm picturing he taped wood blocks to it. You remember you see in those stupid children's shows or cartoons or something.
And that's a blessing, really, because honestly, the fact that child at 7 years old didn't crash a car and kill somebody, including themselves, is insane.
It is insane.
Did you do anything that insane when you were a kid?
Not driving a car, but I am trying to think about when I was younger, things that could have gotten us arrested or in trouble. And there was once a time that my friends and we all conspired to break into our other friend's home and steal something. What? And we did it.
What was the thing?
Well, he was in our band. And he got kicked out of the band, and it wasn't his bass guitar. It was one of the members of the band's bass guitar, and he refused to give the bass guitar back.
Ooh.
So we're like, you know what we'll do? When he's not home, we'll go through his back door with a screen door, and we'll go in and we'll take that bass back. And so we did just that. And now looking back on it, I'm like, man, this could have gone wrong for so many different reasons. Like, what if the wrong person was, or somebody was home and all of a sudden they heard a commotion? There's 3 idiots going into somebody's home taking a bass guitar.
Yeah.
Or if the cops showed up. I mean, at best, the cops showing up. At worst, something really awful could have happened.
Yeah, it was like a full-on home invasion.
But the son of a bitch should have given us back the bass. He wasn't good.
Lesson learned.
Yeah. What about you?
I did do a little shoplifting at Disneyland.
What did you steal?
I stole a ring, a Mickey Mouse ring, and a picture frame.
Did your parents ever find out?
No. No. I wasn't going to confess to them.
Let's write that down, because next time we talk to her parents, we need to let them know that they brought up a criminal.
I didn't have a history of shoplifting. I was just like, man, these are really expensive things, and I don't have any money, so I'll just put them in my backpack.
Wow. What about you, Danny?
I think, I was just a pyro when I was a kid.
Yeah.
So I'd go around and I would convince all my cousins to just steal matches, and then we would go and just light things on fire, including my grandma's house one time, because there was just a bunch of brush around, and I was like, oh, let's see. And so I lit the brush on fire.
It goes up quick.
I remember my mom never got super mad at me. That time she screamed at me because I was like, I almost burned down my grandma's house.
Any damage? Like damage that she needed,
No, thank God.
Oh,
it was just the brush. We got it out before it went too crazy. But it was I remember being in a lot. And at that point, it's man, arson. Yeah, we could have burned down multiple structures.
Those are our childhood crimes. Arsonist, breaking and entering, shoplifting.
Wow.
What about the Rockaholics? Did you ever do anything that maybe you should have been arrested for as a kid? 206-803-ROCK.
You're listening to Two Thieves and a Pyro.
The Daily Migs Show.
206-803-ROCK. What did you do as a kid that, looking back, you totally should have been arrested for? 206-803-ROCK. Confess your childhood crimes after Lenny Kravitz. What did you do as a kid that when you look back on it now, you realize, you know what, I probably should have been arrested for that? 206-803-ROCK. Call up and confess your childhood crimes. Now, Steve, we have 3 Rockaholics on hold, all whom of which have stories involving fire.
Fire?
Yeah.
All right.
So who do you want to start with? Should we go? Let's go Danny in Bellevue, because we already have one arsonist, Danny, as part of this show. Danny from Bellevue, tell us what you should have gotten arrested for as a kid.
Danny.
Danny?
Yes, is that you?
James.
James.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Danny, James, they sound the same. James, what's going on, my man?
Yeah, so I didn't burn anything, but starting on April Fool's Day, I started pulling the fire alarm. And then after the first day, I was like, hey, why not keep on doing it? So I did it for 2 weeks straight, which, I look back on it and it's not very good, but it was funny.
So you were that, because I remember being a kid in school and you'd see the little hammer, break it, and you're like, oh, that'd be kind of crazy if we did that. But you were that person.
Well, it was an older fire alarm, so it didn't have the breaking thing. You just pull it.
Pull the
That's all
lever.
you have to do.
Did you ever get busted?
So my sister's friend, I guess, I went to Stadium High School in Tacoma.
Yeah.
So she was in the top tower, and every time I pulled it was the same time, and she would have to walk down and walk up, and she knew it was me. So yes, eventually I did get busted. Only got in school suspension for 3 days, but yeah, it was pretty worth it. Slowly everybody found out, and yeah, I'm amazed I didn't get fined or arrested.
That's insane. I love that whoever that girl was, finally, I'm just sick of James's ass. How many times do I have to go down and have to deal with this? I'm finally going to rat him out.
206-803-ROCK. Looking back, you totally should have been arrested for doing this as a child. Mike from Woodinville, what's your story?
Hey there, good morning. So when we were growing up, we started off with bottle rockets, tearing them apart, graduated to tennis balls, and then we ended up making a pipe bomb up north. There's a couple containers next to the high school up there, and so we decided to light it off between it. Took off running, and red shrapnel in the middle of the night takes off, we go look the next day, and there's a 1.5-foot hole where it blew off. After that, we were done.
Did anybody ever find out that it was you guys that did that?
No, luckily, no.
That's insane. You know, I feel like there's so many people that are going to have stories about fireworks.
Oh my gosh!
Especially when you're a teenager, you just want to see how big the boom can get.
Jacob from Puyallup, what did you do as a kid that, looking back on it, you totally should have been arrested for?
So, good morning, guys.
Morning.
I don't know, 10, 11 years old or so, my buddy, his dad owned a shotgun, and he stole a pack of shotgun shells, and we literally took pliers and pulled the plugs out of it and the gunpowder and put it into beer bottles, and we set a tree on fire.
Did anyone ever get hurt from doing this?
We did not. When we set the tree on fire, we got freaked out and ran, and then went back to it and put it out.
Well, that was very responsible of you. Clean up the mess a little bit.
So the parents would be very proud of this situation. Yes.
206-803-ROCK. Confess your childhood crimes. What did you do as a kid that you probably should have been arrested for?
I like this text. Says arrested? Maybe not. But when we were teens, we would go to new housing developments and take the sale signs and the sandwich boards and go put them in the yards of friends and people who we didn't like. It almost backfired one time when a friend's mom thought their landlord was selling the house without telling her. That's from our friend Rose in Tacoma.
Okay, that's funny.
That's a funny, harmless prank.
I love that. 206-803-ROCK. A childhood crime from an anonymous rockaholic.
Wait, they're going by anonymous?
Yes.
Awesome.
It's
Hello.
Anonymous. Hi. I used to steal Christmas trees from properties.
Do you mean like a Christmas tree lot, or like one where you had to go cut it down?
Like sometimes it'd be from like where you had like a lot where you went and cut it down, but sometimes it would just be in people's yards.
So what would you do with these Christmas trees? Would you come home and be like, I got us another Christmas tree?
I mean, it was during Christmas. I grew up with a single mom, and I felt bad that she would have to spend money, and I was rebellious, and I decided that this was just going to be my thing. This is how I was going to contribute to Christmas in my house, was going and stealing these trees.
So did mom ever say, hey, how did you get the money to buy? I mean, I imagine you didn't go home and be like, hey, look, I stole this Christmas tree from one of our neighbors. I'd imagine you were saying, hey, I bought this or I purchased. Like, how did you pull that off?
At first, I said that my friends got it for me, but eventually I did confess, and I actually got her to go with me one time.
To steal one?
Over barbed wire in the fence. Yeah.
No, you didn't.
Yeah.
The trained Christmas tree bandits.
I love that the daughter got the mom involved into a life of crime.
That is amazing.
Christmas tree crime.
The Daily Migs Show.
How would you like to beat Steve this morning? Were you listening to the men's room at 5:40 yesterday for the 3 correct answers we give out during the cheat sheet? Call 206-803-ROCK right now, and we will play Beat Migs at 7:50.
$50,000 to $80,000 to repair and replace a broken sewer? That stinks.
Well, that's what you get when you buy an older home.
We don't have that kind of money. I mean, who does?
Well, don't wait until it's too late. Call Pinky's.
Pinky's?
Yes, Darlene. Pinky's Plumbing. They do everything plumbing, even sewer and drain cleaning. A little preventative maintenance now will save you a big headache later. Just schedule it at pinkysplumbing.com.
Oh, thanks, Ethel.
The Toyota Tundra and Tacoma are designed to outlast and outlive, backed by Toyota's legendary reputation for reliability. So get in a Tundra with the available iForce Max hybrid engine, delivering exceptional torque and towing capacity. Or check out a Tacoma. With available off-road features like crawl control, it can take you beyond the trails. Toyota trucks are built to last. So don't wait. Get yours today. Visit buyatoyota.com for deals and more. Toyota, let's go places.
Looking for a job is lonely. Endless searching, phone calls that go nowhere, applications that vanish into thin air. What if you could link with dozens of local companies who are hiring right now with just one connection? That's Express Employment Professionals. Find us at expresspros.com. One connection, endless opportunities, and no fees ever for job seekers. Express Employment Professionals. expresspros.com.
Now at Verizon, we have some big news for your peace of mind. For all our customers, existing and new, we're locking in low prices for 3 years guaranteed on My Plan and My Home. That's future you peace of mind. And everyone can save on a brand new phone on My Plan when you trade in any phone from one of our top brands. That's new phone peace of mind. Because at Verizon, whether you're already a customer or you're just joining us, we got you. Visit Verizon today. Price guarantee applies to then current base monthly rate. Additional terms and conditions apply for all offers.
Bosch's innovative power tools make you feel like a Bosch. Like when you pile drive screws and bolts with the 2-in-1 impact driver, you'll feel like
Macho Man Randy Savage. Oh, yeah.
Or when you powerfully blast through concrete with the Bulldog rotary hammer, you'll feel
Like I have the power.
And when you make buttery smooth cuts with the Glide Miter saw, you'll feel
Scoobity-bee-bop smooth, baby.
What he said. With expertly engineered power tools, the more you Bosch, the more you feel like a
Bosch.
Avoiding your unfinished home projects because you're not sure where to start? Thumbtack knows homes, so you don't have to. Don't know the difference between matte paint finish and satin? Or what that clunking sound from your dryer is? With Thumbtack, you don't have to be a home pro. You just have to hire one. You can hire top-rated pros, see price estimates, and read reviews, all on the app. Download today.
At Danner, we believe our beloved trails will always need footsteps to keep the paths from fading, and those journeys are often better when shared. The Women's Trail Trainer was built by women for women who embrace the outdoors. Rally your girls, lace up, and blaze the trail. Resurge midsoles provide next-level comfort, while Danner's Precision Fit technology offers more custom fit with optimal support. Breathe in the scenery and feel right at home in the dirt. Explore the Women's Trail Trainer at danner.com.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive. Most of you aren't just listening right now. You're driving, cleaning, and even exercising. But what if you could be saving money by switching to Progressive? Drivers who save by switching save nearly $750 on average. And auto customers qualify for an average of 7 discounts. Multitask right now. Quote today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. National average 12-month savings of $744 by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive between June 2022 and May 2023. Potential savings will vary. Discounts not available in all states and situations.
The Daily Migs Show presents the most popular radio game on this side of the speaker. Let's play Beat Migs. Beat Migs, don't be a loser. Whoa! Beat Migs, you're a loser.
Who is ready to beat Migs? I know Luke and Gemma from Snohomish are. Luke and Gemma, are you there?
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right.
I'm here.
Luke and Gemma are in the house.
Well, what's the story with Luke and Gemma? Is this two friends, father, daughter?
It's my daughter. We listen to you guys almost every morning, and she's always telling me that I need to call in and we need to beat Migs.
Oh, let's go. And how old's Gemma? 7.
Oh, if you get beat by a 7-year-old, I'm going to be so happy.
Gemma, what's your favorite TV show? Rugrats.
Great choice, Gemma.
So if there's questions about Rugrats, I'm in trouble.
Luke and Gemma, were you by chance listening to the cheat sheet on the men's room yesterday at 5:40?
No.
All right, it's
That's
a
okay.
level playing field.
This is a good opportunity for you to learn about integrity, so I'm proud of you for not listening.
Steve, get out of here.
Bye-bye.
For those playing at home, Luke and Gemma have 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. They can pass all they want, but will only get 3 guesses per question. Are you guys ready? Who is Barbie's boyfriend? Yes. The Star Spangled Banner was written during which war?
The Civil War.
No.
The Revolutionary War.
No.
The War of 1812.
That's the one. Which blood type is a universal donor?
O negative.
Yes. What is a whale's leap out of the water called?
A breach?
Yes. In what 2000s year did Google introduce the Chrome browser?
2010?
No.
12?
No.
14?
No. Which U.S. state is located directly east of Washington, D.C.?
Oh. Pass.
What color has the longest wavelength in the visible spectrum?
Red, green,
Red,
blue?
yes. What company developed Viagra?
Oh, Migs is Migs.
No, no. Well, you guys got 5 correct, Gemma and Luke.
Yeah.
That is not bad
Good
at
job.
all.
Good job.
Oh, boy.
I'm getting coached up by Ryan Castle out there.
Were you?
Yes.
Steve, did it help? Are you ready?
All right.
Who is Barbie's boyfriend?
Ken.
Yes. The Star Spangled Banner was written during which war?
The War of 1812.
That's correct. Which blood type is a universal donor?
Great band. Typo negative.
That's correct. What is a whale's leap out of the water called?
The Big Leap.
No.
The Dive.
No.
Jumping the Shark.
No. In what 2000s year did Google introduce the Chrome browser?
Ooh, I'm going to go 2015.
No.
2010.
No.
2008.
Yes. Which U.S. state is located directly east of Washington, D.C.?
New York?
No.
Which state? Massachusetts?
No.
New Jersey?
No. What color has the longest wavelength in the visible spectrum?
Red.
Yes.
Oh.
What company developed Viagra?
Pfizer.
Correct. What country was the setting for the 2009 movie The Hurt Locker?
Which country?
Yes.
I don't know. United States of America?
No.
Canada?
No.
England?
No. Who holds the record for most consecutive games played in Major League Baseball?
That would be Cal Ripken Jr.
Holy cow, you got that one right, Steve.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. You got 7 correct.
Which?
That is a win.
Let's go.
7-5. Nice work, though, Luke and Gemma. Next time you'll beat Migs.
Say, we'll get him next time.
Gemma, you rock.
I kind of wish you would have just been like, F Steve Migs.
Well, we don't want 7-year-olds saying that on their radio there, Dan.
Well, I know, but they do it at your wrestling matches all the time, so I just figured maybe.
Well, clearly she's not a wrestling fan because she sounds like she was brought up right.
Well, she and her dad did know that when a whale leaps out of the water, it's called a breach or breaching. The U.S. state located directly east of Washington, D.C. is Maryland.
Oh.
And the country that was the setting for the 2009 movie The Hurt Locker was Iraq.
Okay.
But you still won,
The
Steve.
Maryland one I should have got. That's so stupid.
That's like your old stomping grounds, kind of.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
If someone would like to play Beat Migs in person, we have an opportunity for them to do just that. And it's coming up this weekend, Steve.
I cannot wait, and that's an easy commute for me because it's in Puyallup, and it's an area that most Puyallup natives would know where it is, and that's Sunrise Village, and it's going to be a blast over at the Red Dog.
The Red Dog is a pour-your-own beverage place, which I'm very excited about. I've already been checking out the menu. I am stoked. We're going to be there starting at noon. All the party details are up at KISW.com.
The Daily Migs Show.
206-803-ROCK. Are you a Washington State transplant? Call now because we have a simple question to ask you. 206-803-ROCK. If you are a transplant in the PNW, call now and we'll chat with you after Green Day. It has been estimated that nearly 8 million millennials relocated last year, heading to just new places throughout the United States. Some of these people left for a different job.
Okay.
Maybe they wanted more space, different kind of quality of life. But the top 5 states that millennials moved to were Colorado, Rhode Island, Maryland, New York, and South Carolina.
So no Washington.
No Washington.
Good. Don't
and
come
then,
here.
On the other
Says
end,
the transplant.
they were fleeing from Connecticut,
Washington,
Idaho, Minnesota, Georgia, and Indiana.
Well, I don't know much about any of those places other than Minnesota, and it's cold as F. I went one time, and it was in the winter, and I'm like, this is unbearable. So I understand it for that reason. But although I heard Minnesota's a pretty cool spot.
Well, this leads us to want to ask a simple question. For the Washington transplants out there, we want to know, where are you from and why did you move here? Let's start with Ray, who's driving north on I-5. Ray, where are you from originally?
Missouri.
And why did you move to the great state of Washington?
Well, long story, but basically for a piece of tail.
Okay. Did it work out for you?
No, it did not. But I did meet somebody up here, and we've been together over 30 years, and
love it.
Kids, grandkids, all that. So
It's kind of funny in a roundabout way. That was part of why I moved to Washington. There's very many reasons.
Tail?
Well, I wanted to get a hell away from my family because everybody was crazy. So I'm like, let me just get as far away as possible. I also always wanted to see Mudhoney live, and they never went on tour. I had a lot of dumb reasons, but also one drunken night, my friend Janelle and I, who was a buddy in college, we were at a bar, and I go, I think I'm going to move to Seattle. You want to move to Seattle with me? And I always kind of had a crush on her. Never thought she was. She's like, yeah, that sounds like a blast.
What?
And in my head, I'm like, I should just ask her out to a movie. That would have been a lot cheaper and a lot less difficult. But
now you have a roommate.
Yeah, no, and we moved out with another buddy. We then convinced another buddy drunkenly to come move out with us as well. He was unbearable. And she hated him by the time we got to Washington. And then we had to live all together. And she finally was like, I'm moving back home. This is too much for me. And then I was stuck with that dude. And I'm like, I'm moving out. I'm going to go find somewhere else to live.
So did you ever get the tail?
No, she was just, I don't think she had any interest. And I had no game. I can invite you to Seattle. I just can't ask you out on a date.
You still don't have game, Steve.
I know. It's weird. I'm shocked that my wife is even with me.
206-803-ROCK. Matt from Redmond, our simple question to you. Where are you from and why did you move here?
I'm from Alaska, and I came down for two reasons. One was a girl, and one was be closer to family.
All right, so we're 2 for 2 on tail.
Specifically.
What's that?
I said my niece and nephew specifically.
And have you been loving it here since?
I'm still with my niece and nephew.
But not with the girl.
No.
Well, I'm glad that your niece and nephew didn't break up with you.
206-803-ROCK. Our simple question for Aaron in Tacoma. Where are you from and why did you move to Washington?
I'm originally from California. Moved up here back in 2014 for a girl I met through a dating app.
We're 3 for 3.
That's amazing.
Wait, so how did the relationship end up? Are you guys together?
No.
Oh, wait. So what happened?
So shortly after the new year in 2015, it just wasn't working out, and I decided to stick it out and met my now wife, who I've been with her for 10 years.
Okay.
Nice.
So everybody's having a happy ending.
I just want to talk to somebody where it actually worked out on the first try. Maybe it's Rob in Gig Harbor. Rob from Gig Harbor, where are you from originally and why did you move here?
Hey, guys, I'm from Los Angeles, California, and I moved here under peer pressure, actually.
From a girl?
No, actually, my mom and my brother.
Wait, they were so sick of you that they said, move away from us?
They're like, get out. No, actually, what happened was when the world was closed down, my mom called me one day and she said, son, you know how I've always wanted you to get out of California? Well, your brother has a place in the state of Washington you can go live if you like. So he called me one day and we talked, and for about a month after that, they would both call me once a week. When you moving up? When you moving? Are you moving? When you moving? This went on for like almost practically 2 months. And finally one day I just said, you know what? What the hell? Put all my stuff in storage and then moved up here, and I've been up here ever since. That was in 2020, right before Thanksgiving.
So are you happy with the decision? Are you glad that they pressured you into moving to Washington?
You know, to be honest with you, I kind of like it out here. Being from L.A., taking a guy from L.A. and putting him in the forest is a definite culture shock.
Yeah.
But I got to say, it's a really beautiful state to live in. I like it. Other than the drivers out here, not a big fan. I thought L.A. was really bad. But I don't know. Washington's a pretty close tie for first when it comes to drivers.
Oh, Washington's crushing it when it comes to terrible drivers. I agree.
Top of the list.
The Daily Migs Show.
There is a chat on Reddit of things that many women find totally embarrassing, but most men, they don't actually care about it at all. Some of the responses are fantastic. So let's go straight to the comments at 8:20.
Ready to explore Europe the striped way? Then fly with Condor Airlines. With non-stop flights to Frankfurt, Germany, there are great connection options to several European cities. Whether it's the romantic streets of Paris or the stunning beaches of Barcelona, Condor will start your vacation and make it even more memorable by offering comfortable and spacious cabins where you can sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight. Fly the striped way. Visit condor.com today.
Hate doing cardio?
Try brushing and flossing your teeth. I'm not talking about building up a sweat. I'm talking about building a healthier mouth for a healthier heart, for a healthier you. Smile Generation. Trusted dentists look at your care through the lens of the mouth-body connection, because what happens in the mouth plays a critical role for the rest of your body. To find a dentist near you, committed to treating all of you, visit smilegeneration.com/confidence today. And live longer, healthier, and happier with confidence unleashed.
Nerds! Today's episode is sponsored by Smart Travel, a new podcast from NerdWallet. Want to travel like a savvy jet setter? No, that doesn't mean monogramming your passport. It means making smart decisions every step of your trip, which means knowing your options. Smart Travel unpacks the facts, like which booking sites actually save money, how to fly first class using points, and if that fancy travel card is a smart investment. All so you can save more on your next adventure. Follow Smart Travel from NerdWallet today and start traveling like a pro.
Everyone knows social media is a time suck, and what you're about to hear proves it. If it's online, someone, somewhere, has an opinion and is whining about it. So let's get straight to the comments.
There is another wonderful chat on Reddit happening, and it's talking about the many things women seem to find embarrassing that most men actually don't care about at all. Some of the responses have been epic. So we're going to go straight to those comments.
And I think this will be fun. Let's hear the comments and see if you agree or if how Danny and I feel. If if we also think it's not worth getting worked up about, or if you're on board with them. Okay. All right. We figured who better to read these than a man who's in touch with the ladies, and that is the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Will Smith. Are you ready for Robot Will Smith reading the comments about the things that that women care about that men just don't? Ready for the first comment?
Let's go.
All right, here we go.
People seeing your house not being perfectly cleaned.
You know, the older I've gotten, I now care more about that. Back in the day when I was like, in my 20s, I didn't care if you came over to a pigsty.
I mean, I definitely care about that, and it drives Brad crazy. And even Barrett gets annoyed that I'm like, we have to clean everything. There's company coming over, and Barrett's like, why are you cleaning?
My mom used to be nuts about that. She'd get under the table with the cloth and dust under there. I'm like, who's gonna end up on their hands and knees and see that there's dust on the bottom of the table legs?
Silly.
It's ridiculous. And Sid's like that too. Mm-hmm. But she gets so crazy. She's cleaning as people are still over.
Oh my God.
Sneezing naturally. Several ladies I know hold their sneezes in.
No.
Let
her rip.
Anyone? No. You want to hear a crazy story? Remember Vince McMahon, the owner of he used to be part of the WWE. He's no longer a part of it, but he's such a mental case that he felt that if you sneeze, that meant that it was a sign of weakness, that you weren't strong enough to hold a sneeze in. And he would get mad. And there are multiple people who confirmed this. Like in meetings, if somebody sneezed, he would be visibly upset at that person.
It is allergy season. What am I supposed to do?
It actually bothers me the opposite way. Like when somebody does one of those little, I'm like, come on, just sneeze.
Yeah.
Like, why? I can't do that. So just sneeze.
You're not fooling us. We know you just sneeze.
Be an elephant.
Can't be satisfying at all.
Man, my dad, he used to rumble the house when he was, achoo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's me.
Farts and
that's Danny also farts.
Farts and burps. My husband of 20 years has never heard me fart. Never will.
I mean, Brad has heard me fart, but very few times. I'm not like one of those people that rips.
I don't know if I want to get in the doghouse, but I've never heard my wife fart when she's awake.
See, that was the first time that Brad ever heard me fart. I woke myself up in my sleep, and I was like, oh my God, he's still asleep, thank God. But then the next morning, he was like, what was that at 3 a.m.? I was mortified.
I don't think I've ever told my wife that I've busted her a couple of times.
I'll tell her.
I think it's the funniest thing ever. Like when all of a sudden I hear one rip and I'm like, I look over and she's asleep. I'm like, that is adorable.
But you two are weird. I don't fart at all, so I don't know.
That's true. I've never heard Danny fart.
Thank you.
I don't think I have either.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Re-wearing the same outfit or being at a party and wearing the same outfit as someone else.
That is definitely one that I've never understood why people get so upset about the fact that you're wearing something that someone else. If I showed up today and Danny was wearing the same shirt, I'd be like, dude,
let's take a picture.
Like, that just happened with Castle and I when he walked in. We had the same plain black hoodie on, and I was like, this is awesome.
I think I'm down with twinning for sure.
But I've seen women get mad at each other over this.
Oh yeah,
it's weird how many people I show up twinning with at emo night. Skinny jeans, black shirt, you get it.
The uniform.
Yeah,
on brand.
On brand.
Scars All of my guy friends think their scars are cool. My girlfriends and I would never compare scars.
Oh, you guys aren't like lifting up your shirt to show us some scars?
I mean, I show my knee scar all the time, but you know, I that's like my only big one.
My wife does think it's strange that like when I think it was funny that I ended up getting like this scar on my lip. And that just recently happened. Like when I was wrestling in Vancouver, a guy headbutted me right in and it just started bleeding everywhere. And the promoter was like, I could stitch it, but honestly, it'll just heal the same. It might even heal worse if I stitch it because of the way that it was cut open. Ouch. So I came home. My wife's like, that's going to leave a nasty scar. Not that bad, but she's like, man, I would be so upset if I had a scar like that. I'm like, I don't care. I'm all right. You can't polish a turd.
Makes you look tough.
Yeah. One more?
Yeah.
Eating a lot and finishing your plate.
I mean, I have a solid appetite.
I don't know, man. We've gone to all-you-can-eat sushi with you. You don't eat a lot.
Well, I eat fast, though. I definitely eat fast.
She eats one roll.
I know.
Guys, I ate so much. And I'm like, did you?
Sushi does fill me up, though, pretty quickly.
But you have one roll, you'd be like, that's all I can eat.
I know.
I'm like, you just spent way too much money for that one roll then.
Every time I do the all-you-can-eat at Trappers, I'm always like, I am not getting my money's worth. Not even close.
See, I am that person that will practically lick the plate clean.
Same.
If food's good, and I always hate it when like the waiter or the waitress comes over and goes, wow, it looks like you didn't like your meal. I'm like, isn't that the point? Isn't the point for me to like this meal? That's why I came here and spent this money. Like, why are you making me feel shamed that I just decided to eat the entire meal?
That's like the whole goal, right?
But then I've tried, like, I'm trying to like be better with my portion control. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to match my wife. When we were in Hawaii, I was like, whatever she eats on her plate, I'll try and eat just the equivalent on my plate. Maybe that'll like kind of keep me.
Yeah.
That didn't even last one meal. I was like eating and I'm like, man, you haven't eaten a lot. I need to keep eating. I would be starving if I stopped eating right now.
No.
The Daily Migs Show.
The prank call heard around the world. The one that the Falcons assistant coach's son made to Shedeur Sanders. Well, there's some repercussions.
New news.
Yes, it's going to cost the team and the coach hundreds of thousands of dollars. We're going to tell you all about it during What's Trending after Pearl Jam. We know that you're probably just waking up and reaching for your phone. Great news. We have already done all the doom scrolling for you. And we've got a read on what's happening in the world of pop culture. So let's tell you what's trending.
Trending on the Daily Migs Show. What's trending? Let's go. Let's go.
There were a couple of Major League Baseball announcers who were pretty much left speechless for a few moments during a game because one player said some pretty naughty things.
It's amazing.
So what did he say? We're going to tell you in just a couple moments. But first, we have to talk about the Atlanta Falcons and defensive coordinator Jeff Ulbrich. He has now been fined. Also, the team has been fined after his son Jax made that prank call to Shedeur Sanders during the draft. He found the number on an iPad that was open. This is the ESPN report from it.
First take this morning out of the NFL. The NFL has fined the Falcons $250,000 and defensive coordinator Jeff Ulbrich $100,000 for failing to prevent the disclosure of confidential.
$100,000?
That's a very expensive prank.
Oh my gosh.
For failing to prevent the disclosure of confidential information distributed to the club in advance of the NFL draft. Okay.
Shaking her head, she's starting because on the panel is Stephen A. Smith. And we were joking when you hear that, you're like, well, maybe what Stephen said yet the other day, Jeff might actually be doing.
I sincerely hope he whipped his kid's ass.
I would.
Well, Stephen A. Smith then talked about it after that. You know, that announcement was made this morning, and he had this to say about all of it. Do you think he's going to bring up kicking his ass again?
For sure.
Do you think so, Danny?
Oh, yeah.
I feel bad for Jeff Ulbrich from the standpoint that, yeah, it's a $100,000 fine, and obviously that's some money. The man ain't walking around making tens of millions of dollars or anything like that. But the other side to this is an incredible embarrassment.
Mm-hmm.
That 21-year-old kid, Jax, should have had his ass whipped.
21-year-old man.
21-year-old, yeah, all right. He should have his ass whipped.
He's tripling down on that bad boy.
He did apologize, which is very helpful. You know, he did say, I'm sorry. He called himself selfish and childish.
You know, and man, I'm so torn on this. Like, it was a prank, but I understand that the fact that like he's getting sensitive information, he took it from his dad, and then the team, even though they didn't do anything wrong, I guess that's the way of maybe kind of combating and hoping that maybe in the future teams are a little bit more strict about like how this information is being kept, and now the coaches will be like, well, crap, I need to keep this under a lock and key.
Yeah.
Because maybe I also have a 21-year-old idiot that likes to prank call people.
It definitely sets an example.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's a lot of money, though. Do you think the team might cover the fine for the coach, or are they going to be like, yo, sucks for you, man. You should be better about where you keep your iPad.
Yeah, I mean, he's got to take some responsibility for his son's actions and his own actions.
He's going to have to mow a lot of lawns to pay dad back for that. That's insane. Also insane, this happened in a Baltimore Orioles game earlier this week. A couple of Major League Baseball announcers, they were left speechless, all because of what happened after Ryan O'Hearn hit a 3-run homer, and then he took some swigs. You know how the Mariners have the Trident?
Yeah.
They have a thing called the Homer hose, and they drink out of it after they hit a home run. Well, the microphones were hot when he was doing this, and I don't think the announcers expected him to say this.
In the hydration station. I guess the mouth should get cleaned out.
Yeah, well, maybe some soap. Apparently, I mean, I don't even know if I could translate what he wanted a certain action to be done to, I guess, like baseballs.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, that's the best way.
Use your imagination.
I think we'll just leave it at that. So I don't know if he's going to get fined $100,000 for that, but, probably should have maybe not had a microphone hot after a guy had hit a home run.
Jack Black has made Billboard history. His song is 34 seconds long. It's called Steve's Lava Chicken, and it's now the shortest track ever to make it onto the Hot 100, and it debuted at number 77.
Have you heard this song?
No.
Is anyone in here into Minecraft?
No.
All right, well, this is the song.
La 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 lava, chicken. Steve's lava chicken, yeah, it's tasty as hell. Ooh, mama, now you're ringing the bell. Crispy and juicy, now you're having a snack. Ooh, super spicy, it's a lava attack.
Okay, I mean, we've only lasted 16 seconds, and I can't listen to it.
Jack Black.
It's Jack Black. You're absolutely right. And yet, Taryn Daly over here is dancing along to it.
Do you think she was in a club?
Right.
Minecraft club.
I would listen to that. I'm probably going to listen to it when I get my son off the bus later. We're going to jam out together.
Sorry, Barrett.
Poor kid.
The Daily Migs Show. The Daily Migs Show.
I know that someone out there is feeling brave this morning. Brave enough to call up and play the game Beat Migs. Steve, your record is 132 wins, 49 losses, and 34 ties in 2025. 206-803-ROCK. We will be playing Beat Migs at 8:50.
What's up? It's your boy, the Ted Smith. You know what's sneaky? A bunch of big corporations buying up local companies you know and love, gutting them, and keeping the name. But you know who's not a sellout? Pinky's Plumbing. That's right. Pinky's Plumbing's values start with their work ethic, honesty, how they treat their employees, and how they care for their customers. Bigger isn't always better, and that's a fact. You should know you're working with a locally owned company that truly values where they live and work. Pinky's Plumbing. Pinky'sPlumbing.com.
Looking for a job is lonely. Endless searching, phone calls that go nowhere, applications that vanish into thin air. What if you could link with dozens of local companies who are hiring right now with just one connection? That's Express Employment Professionals. Find us at expresspros.com. One connection, endless opportunities, and no fees ever for job seekers. Express Employment Professionals. expresspros.com.
The Toyota Tundra and Tacoma are designed to outlast and outlive, backed by Toyota's legendary reputation for reliability. So get in a Tundra with the available iForce Max hybrid engine, delivering exceptional torque and towing capacity. Or check out a Tacoma. With available off-road features like crawl control, it can take you beyond the trails. Toyota trucks are built to last. So don't wait. Get yours today. Visit buyatoyota.com for deals and more. Toyota, let's go places.
Going up. Prices keep going up these days. It feels like being on an elevator that only goes up. Going up. But not at Metro. We're pushing the down button. Going down. We've lowered prices. Get one line of 5G data for $40, period. That's 20% lower. And you get a free 5G phone when you bring your number. Only at Metro.
5-year guarantee on eligible plans. Exclusions apply. See website for details. Not available at Metro with T-Mobile in the past 6 months. Tax applies.
Man, that was easy.
Bulldog Rotary Hammer!
Hello?
It is I, He-Man, your inner Bosch.
Inner...
Bosch!
I'm sorry, what?
That powerful feeling you get when you can powerfully blast through concrete. Say it with me.
What, like right now?
Yes! We have the power!
The more you feel like a Bosch.
Avoiding your unfinished home projects because you're not sure where to start? Thumbtack knows homes, so you don't have to. Don't know the difference between matte paint finish and satin? Or what that clunking sound from your dryer is? With Thumbtack, you don't have to be a home pro. You just have to hire one. You can hire top-rated pros, see price estimates, and read reviews, all on the app. Download today.
At Danner, we believe our beloved trails will always need footsteps to keep the paths from fading, and those journeys are often better when shared. The Women's Trail Trainer was built by women for women who embrace the outdoors. Rally your girls, lace up, and blaze the trail. Resurge midsoles provide next-level comfort, while Danner's Precision Fit technology offers more custom fit with optimal support. Breathe in the scenery and feel right at home in the dirt. Explore the Women's Trail Trainer at danner.com.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. What if comparing car insurance rates was as easy as putting on your favorite podcast? With Progressive, it is. Just visit the Progressive website to quote with all the coverages you want. You'll see Progressive's direct rate, then their tool will provide options from other companies so you can compare. All you need to do is choose the rate and coverage you like. Quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
The Daily Migs Show presents the most popular radio game on this side of the speaker. Let's play Beat Migs. Beat Migs, don't be a loser. Whoa. Beat Migs, you're a loser.
Who is ready to beat Migs? I know Becky from Tacoma is. Becky, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. That felt like the longest commercial break of my life.
Well, thank you for hanging on.
Same here.
It's time for you to take down Steve, so I need for you to get out of here, sir.
Bye-bye.
For those playing at home, Becky will have 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. You can pass all you want, but you will only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready, Becky?
Yes.
What color are shelled pistachio nuts?
Green,
yes.
brown.
Keith Moon played drums for what band?
Rolling Stones.
No.
Pink Floyd.
No.
Led Zeppelin.
No. In what decade did the Pillsbury Doughboy first appear on TV?
60s, 70s,
yes, the
80s.
60s. How many eyelids does a cat have on each eye?
1, 2, 3.
3, correct. On a snowboard, what is the end opposite the nose called?
Butt.
No.
Pass.
What was the last name of the family in The Cosby Show?
Huxtable.
Yes. How many operas did Beethoven write?
2.
No.
1.
Yes. What river flows through the Grand Canyon?
Mississippi.
No.
Columbia.
No.
Oh, this is terrible. I pass.
Which director made Jurassic Park, E.T., and Jaws?
Why can't I think of his name?
You know what,
my gosh,
though?
he's so famous.
You did not do terrible. You got 5, which is split right down the middle.
Okay.
Becky, do you have good?
No.
Becky, do you have good hair?
Yes, and you asked me that last time I did this too.
Good. I'm glad.
Becky with the good hair.
Did you just do a Beyonce? Is that Beyonce joke?
Sure.
Who's Becky with the good hair, right?
Who's Steve with the no hair?
Okay. I walked right into that one.
Steve, are you ready? Yeah, Daddy, let's go. What color are shelled pistachio nuts?
They are green.
They are. Keith Moon played drums for what band?
The Who.
Correct. In what decade did the Pillsbury Doughboy first appear on TV?
The 60s.
Yes. How many eyelids does a cat have on each eye?
2?
No.
3?
That's right. On a snowboard, what is the end opposite the nose called?
Is that the bow?
No.
The rear?
No.
The goofy?
Nope. What was the last name of the family in The Cosby Show?
Oh, the Huxtables.
It was. How many operas did Beethoven write?
6.
No.
9.
Nice, but no.
1.
Yes. What river flows through the Grand Canyon?
Let's go. The Rockies?
No.
The Columbia?
No.
The River of Tranquility?
No. Which director made Jurassic Park, E.T., and Jaws?
Steven Spielberg.
Correct. What branch of science deals with projectiles?
Physics.
No.
That's as good as it's going to get. I can't think of anything else other than just saying vomit.
Steve, you got 7 correct. That is a win. 7-5. Sorry, Becky. Next time you'll get him.
All right, yeah, I'll try again. Thank you.
I'm the best. I'm the best.
Apparently, you and Becky are not snowboarders. The end opposite the nose is called the tail.
The tail.
And the river that flows through the Grand Canyon is?
The Colorado.
Yes.
Oh,
And
how about that?
The branch of science that deals with projectiles is ballistics.
Yeah. I would have never guessed that.
It wasn't right on the tip of your tongue.
No. Did you study ballistic? Oh, yeah. You probably did at WSU study something.
Well, okay, Becky was from Tacoma. How far is Tacoma from Puyallup?
Depending on traffic, it's like 20-ish, 25 minutes.
Well, then everyone from Tacoma better be showing up to Sunrise de Mayo on Saturday. Not too far to Puyallup from Tacoma.
Hell no.
I'm coming all the way from Stanwood, and we're going to be there starting at noon.
You don't have to worry about, hey, what am I going to do? I can't leave my dog alone for a few hours. You can bring your dog. It's a dog-friendly place. They have a dog menu as well. You can bring your kids.
Yeah, you don't have to leave your kid home alone for several hours either. Bring them.
Yeah, unless you want to.
We're going to be at the Red Dog in Puyallup in Sunrise Village.
Plus, we'll be playing Beat Migs there.
We absolutely will be, and you can get the details on the party at KISW.com.
The Daily Migs Show.
If you're a huge music fan, we would like to put you to the test. We have some cover versions of some pretty iconic songs, and we want to see if you know who the original artist was. 206-803-ROCK. Call in now, 206-803-ROCK, if you are a huge music fan, and we'll take those calls after Guns N' Roses. The website Screen Rant put together this list of killer covers of classic rock songs that you've never heard, probably.
Okay, and I have an example just to see what you guys think. So this one is by a band called Black Veil Brides.
Okay.
And okay, so you know who they are. And they did a cover, and they kind of turned the song more into like a glam metal vibe. But let's see if you can figure it out. I think this one is pretty easy, but let's see if you guys can figure this one out. What do you guys think?
Billy Idol.
Billy Idol.
Rebel Yell.
Snubbed from the Hall of Fame, but not snubbed by Black Veil Brides. Actually, I don't mind the cover of that one.
I actually like that.
It was a good one, yeah.
So we're going to play the cover, and we want our listeners to guess the original artist. So let's talk to Kevin from Silverdale. Good morning, Kevin.
Good morning.
All right, Kevin, I'm going to play you a cover, and you have to let us know if you can, well, you have to figure out who the original artist is, okay? You ready?
Yep.
All right, this one's by a band called In This Moment, which I think we all know and love.
Yeah.
And they kind of turned a classic 80s song into a metal anthem. Are you ready for it? Here we go. Terrence got it. Danny has no idea. I think you're all about to figure it out. What do you think, Kevin?
Phil Collins.
Yeah.
Still such a great moment in The Hangover when
Oh,
Mike
my
Tyson air drums this part. So freaking great.
All right. Should we play with Joseph from Monroe?
Yeah.
Hi, Joseph.
Hello.
All right, Joseph. We got a song that is now done by the Lumineers, which is kind of like a folky rock band, and they took a classic night. What's that?
Yeah. My uncle, or my mom's ex-husband was the uncle of one of the band members, the Lumineers.
Whoa!
Okay, that's very random.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, they covered a classic song from 1987. They slowed it down, made it sound even a little bit more like folky and emotional. Are you ready to hear it?
Absolutely.
All right, you got to figure out who originally wrote this song.
One that makes me scream, she said.
the one that makes me laugh. She said, and threw her arms around my
Oh, Taryn stumped.
Show me how you do it, and I promise you, I promise.
I'm like, this is easy, but then I realized I already know what the song is, so that's kind of unfair.
I'll run away.
Oh!
You figured it out? What about you, Joseph?
No, I have no idea.
Taryn, what do you think?
It's The Cure.
Right?
That's wild.
I like when bands do that. They give a totally different spin to an original as opposed to just doing like a heavy version but the same tempo.
That threw me off so hard.
That's so funny. I thought it was a dead giveaway too.
All right, Nate from Tacoma, are you ready to play along?
Yes, I am.
All right, with this one, this was done by, have you ever heard of Ice Nine Kills?
Yes.
Okay, they're
Didn't
a
they
heavy
open
band.
up for Metallica last year?
I believe they did for one of the
Yeah.
shows. Okay, well, they're covering a timeless classic. All right, Nate, are you ready?
I am ready.
You got it. Taryn's got it. You got it? What is it?
Yeah, Can't Help Falling in Love, Elvis Presley.
Elvis Presley. Yeah, they definitely deconstructed that version.
It's funny because actually the only reason I know that song is because of like a scary movie where like the lead or one of the lead actors like sings this song. I wouldn't have known that was Elvis.
No, I mean I get that because I mean I feel violent listening to that cover. I want to like stab myself in the ears if I hear that again. And I actually do like Ice Nine Kills. That version.
Wow.
I think they could have just left it on the drawing board.
Bill from Tacoma is ready to play along.
All right, this one I think might be tough. It depends on if you're a fan of a very iconic band, but they're a very polarizing band. And an artist by the name of Youngblood covered it. I don't know. Do you know Youngblood?
Yeah, he annoys me.
He's kind of like pop punk, hip hop. He's a little bit of everything.
Yeah, I love the dude.
All right, well, I don't know if you know the original, but he decided to cover a classic song that actually pissed off the fan base of the originals.
I think I know which one you're going with.
I'm fired up because I love the song. Here we go. All right, Bill.
And tonight, I wanna lay at your feet. 'Cause girl, I was made for you. And girl, you were made for me. I was made for loving you, baby. You were made for
Kid. Kid, yeah. Little disco kiss in the morning.
Disco kiss. Everybody went disco.
Nice job. Dude, that was awesome because Dynasty was a record that I listened to all the time.
Really?
Even though most Kiss fans hated that record because they're like, oh, it's disco. But I think that record's great from beginning to end. I listened to it like 2 days ago.
They were like anti-disco for so long, but everybody had to step up and go disco at some point.
And now when you listen to it, it's not as disco-y as we remember, but it definitely has a little bit of a disco beat to it.
It's got some flavor.
Yeah. That's awesome.
The Daily Migs Show.
If you consider yourself to be a massive music fan, we would love for you to give us a call now, especially if you think you could name a song after only hearing 1 second of the hook. If you prove that to us, we're going to hook you up with tickets to see Breaking Benjamin with 3 Days Grace, and that show will be at Climate Pledge Arena on September 30th. 206-803-ROCK. We will play Hook or Shook at 9:20.
Ready to explore Europe the striped way? Then fly with Condor Airlines. With nonstop flights to Frankfurt, Germany, there are great connection options to several cities. Whether it's the romantic streets of Paris or the stunning beaches of Barcelona, Condor will start your vacation by offering comfortable and spacious cabins. Fly the striped way. Visit condor.com today.
Hate doing cardio? Try brushing and flossing your teeth. I'm not talking about building up a sweat. I'm talking about building a healthier mouth for a healthier heart, for a healthier you. Smile Generation. Trusted dentists look at your care through the lens of the mouth-body connection because what happens in the mouth plays a critical role for the rest of your body. To find a dentist near you, committed to treating all of you, visit smilegeneration.com/confidence today. and live longer, healthier, and happier with confidence unleashed.
Nerds! Today's episode is sponsored by Smart Travel, a new podcast from NerdWallet. Smart Travel doesn't just cover points and miles. They break down all the financial aspects of your trip, whether that's the best days to book, how to avoid hidden fees, or which fancy travel credit cards pay off, and which ones are just an expensive flex. If you want your travel budget to work harder, then dive into the best deals, products, services, and more with Smart Travel from NerdWallet, wherever you get your podcasts.
It's time for Hook or Shook, the game with absolutely no integrity. We'll play 1 second of a hook from a song, then you have to guess what it is. We'll bend the rules, pull out all the stops, and do anything to help you win. But you might just get shook, as one of us will play too and possibly cost you the game.
This week, we are playing for tickets to see Breaking Benjamin and 3 Days Grace. That show is coming to Climate Pledge Arena on September 30th. Say good morning to Jake from Belfair, who is playing the game today. What's up, Jake?
What's up?
Let's spin this wheel and see who you're playing with. Will it be me or Migs?
All right, the wheel's spinning. Who will it land on? Currently, it's on me, but it looks like it's going to make its way over to... Will it? No, it stayed on me, so yeah.
Like almost right on the line, Steve.
A hair away from being Tara and Daly, but Jake, it's you and me. Let's win these tickets.
Let's go.
All right, Jake, here is your clip.
Ooh, well, good luck to you, Jake. I believe. Let me know if you need a hint. I think I can help you with the band at least.
I do.
I believe it's the band that you are trying to win tickets to see. One of them.
Breaking Benjamin.
Yes.
Let me play the clip again for you. Because listen really hard.
I believe that the song title is in the part that you're playing.
I will not bow.
Yeah.
Honestly, if you would have just played that on any other week where we weren't giving away Breaking Benjamin tickets, I would be so stumped. But I'm like, I believe that's the band.
Well done, Jake. You've done your part.
Now
Steve
the pressure's
Migs,
on me.
Are you ready for your clip?
I don't know. Okay, yes, I am ready for it. Oh, man. So many better songs off of that record, but for some reason that became their biggest hit, and that's Under the Bridge by the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Jake?
Yeah.
You're going to go see Breaking Benjamin.
Awesome.
Right on, Jake. Congratulations, my friend.
No, I'm such a music nerd, especially when I was growing up. I would just consume anything and everything, and I just loved any documentaries that were done about making of records. Have you ever seen the documentary of the making of Blood Sugar Sex Magic?
No.
It's Rick Rubin produced it. He's just Rick Rubin doing Rick Rubin things. He's just like this quirky, like just this being that's a presence that's there. But like the band, they like rented out a house and the whole. It's just a really fun watch. But then that's where I learned that the song Under the Bridge was never even meant to be a song. It was just a poem.
Really?
And Rick Rubin was like looking through Anthony Kiedis' poems, and he's like, man, this is so bad. No, he's like, he was like, we need to turn this into a song. And he's the guy, and he's the reason why he pushed them to try and do something a little bit different than their typical funky, upbeat rock music.
When has Rick Rubin ever been wrong?
Well, I mean, I think in that instance, me personally, he's very wrong, but I am wrong because it was their biggest hit.
Totally.
The Daily Migs Show.
Have we talked about something this morning that you have an interest in talking to us about? Call in now. 206-803-ROCK. We will be checking in with the Rockaholics after Red Hot Chili Peppers.
You're welcome, Steve. You jerk.
Throughout the show, we have been receiving text messages and phone calls from you that we have not yet had a chance to chat with you about. So right now we are checking in with the Rockaholics. A great time to call up if you'd like to chime in on something from today's show, or if you have anything on your mind that absolutely needs to be discussed. 206-803-ROCK.
Got a text message about Jimmy Kimmel. Someone said, hey, did you happen to catch Jimmy Kimmel last night? He talked to a young version of Jimmy Kimmel, I think using artificial intelligence, and it was trippy as F.
I did not see this. I don't know what this is.
I went and found it, and it is He's right. Jimmy Kimmel's talking about Trump's 100 days in office, and then he pulled up an old interview where he interviewed Donald Trump like forever ago, and he's talking about it. But then the old version of Jimmy Kimmel starts directing his attention to the new version of Jimmy Kimmel, and it has, you see some of this AI where like a celebrity saying something that they didn't say. And whoever put this together is very skilled, but here's a clip of it.
The Apprentice, we dug it up, and again, the year is 2007. And there we are, chatting, friendly. Neither one of us had any clue of what was to come. And what a handsome idiot I was, too, It's looking back all those years. Hey, who are you calling an idiot? Oh, you, me, both of us, really. I'm you in the future. Oh, my, I can't believe how old I got. I'm old, you're fat. You look like Wolf Blitzer. You look like you ate Wolf Blitzer.
Isn't that great, though?
Dude, that is really trippy.
They have a full-on conversation. It's just like, I know it's just technology has gone bonkers.
Yeah, the robots are getting really good.
Yeah, it's like, you know what? That was like, in that situation, I'm okay with them using it because it's clear like he's in cahoots.
It's funny.
Yeah, but I thought that was like, that's just a trippy thing, though.
206-803-ROCK, checking in with the Rockaholics.
Somebody did have another tidbit of information about Under the Bridge by the Red Hot Chili Peppers, because we were just playing it, and we were talking about how, Rick Rubin's really the reason why that song ever even happened, because Anthony Kiedis, that was just a poem, and then Rick Rubin's like, no, we need to turn that into a song. And somebody just texted and said another fun fact about Under the Bridge. They had one of the band members, I believe John Frusciante, the guitarist, had his mom's church choir come in to sing the outro.
Oh, that's cool.
I love those kind of tidbits of information. I just always think that's the most fascinating thing.
Do you think they did it for free, or do you think that the band made a donation to the church?
Man, you wonder. Or did they get like a little bit of money and then they see how big the song was and like, we should have gotten royalties.
Could you imagine?
Yeah.
Oh, do you get any royalties for any songs?
No. What song? What song am I going to get royalties for?
I don't know. You played in some bands over the years.
It's funny, though? And not that I would ever think to get royalties. And it was just like one of those moments where you're just like, of course, like the little black cloud of music is over my head. Many years ago, before Aaron Huffman, who was the bassist of Pearl Jam, of Harvey Danger, he sadly passed away, but he was a good buddy of mine. And at one point, he was going into the studio to record some stuff. He was thinking maybe doing a solo record. He's like, you want to play drums? I'm going to go to a recording studio. We'll just kind of bang some stuff out. And we did. And it was super fun. And it was myself and him and this other dude that was in the band called The Long Winters, John Roderick. And it was a really fun little project. We recorded a couple of songs. Nothing ever happened of it. Fast forward many years later, Harvey Danger put out like a single with a bunch of B-sides. And one of the B-sides was that song. And I'm like, oh, they must have redid it. So I got a copy of it and I put it on. And I'm like, oh, they never redid it. It's the version. I know my drum parts. I know my drum sound. But it's not credited to me on drums. It's credited to the drummer. I don't think they remembered who recorded it. And by the time I think it came out, he was no longer with us. And it wasn't it wasn't an argument that was going to happen. There would be no royalties. But I'm like, of course, like the one moment where I could be featured on a Harvey Danger record, and I'm not even getting credit for it.
I'm honestly kind of shocked that they didn't re-record it because you're not even that good.
I know. That's what I thought, too. I was like, you guys, you could have got a better drummer to do this.
206-803-ROCK. We are checking in with the Rockaholics. I'm just kidding, Steve. You're a pretty good drummer.
Okay. Nice try.
You're better than Ryan Castle.
Wow. I don't know about that. I think we're both equally mediocre. Hey, we got a text message earlier. We were talking about rumors that are being spread. And it all stems from, the Shedeur Sanders story just continues to have new levels of insanity. And the most recent one being that the team, the Falcons, because the coach, the son of the coach, one of the assistant coaches, the one who got the number. And so then the Falcons got fined like $300,000.
Yeah.
The coach got fined like $100,000. But one of the rumors about why he dropped so low in the draft is that we heard that maybe he entered a FaceTime call in the middle of one of his team interviews. So we were taking calls and texts from people who had crazy rumors spread about them, and a few people texted in. Someone said there was once a rumor that I got fired for stealing office supplies. I didn't. I just quit because my manager was the worst.
Doesn't everybody steal office supplies, though?
Well, I guess different levels of. I mean, if you stole like the printer, I think that's bad. But I think everybody has taken some paper, right? No.
Yeah. Oh, look at honest Danny over there. He's never done it.
Never once.
Never
Steve.
once.
I am the pinnacle of Odyssey, Seattle.
You know what I'm guilty of? Is there one thing that you constantly take from the company that you're willing to admit?
I don't know. Not that I can think of. What?
Those the paper clips. You know, like the black ones.
Yeah, like the binder clip things.
I really like them.
For no reason?
No, I just collect them.
What do you do with them when you have them at home?
When I do like ring announcing and stuff, I write all my information on index cards. And so they're awesome to be able to keep the index cards together.
Have you ever stolen the index cards from here?
If we had index cards, I absolutely will. Have you ever taken anything?
I mean, like maybe some pens or something.
Yeah.
I've printed some stuff here.
Not me.
Never, ever.
No. Danny, nothing.
Pinnacle of Odyssey, Seattle. I have never taken. You guys are criminals. I'm going to go report you to HR.
Wow. You know what? I think they probably more have issues with you for being a big fat liar.
The Daily Migs Show.
We are going to be heading down to Puyallup this Saturday. We're calling it Sunrise de Mayo because we're going to be in Sunrise Village at the Red Dog. Steve, people can bring their dogs. They can bring their kids.
Yep.
They can bring their partners. Anybody.
Bring their appetite. Good food there.
Come on down and get all the info at KISW.com. Danny V, yesterday something happened to you that involved your neighbor's kiddo, and we want to hear the story.
So I live in a 4 apartment condo or complex area, and so we're pretty close with our neighbors. And our downstairs neighbor calls me out of nowhere and is just like, "Hey."
Around what time?
It was probably around 5:30.
Okay.
And I was just like, "Huh." She never calls, and if anything, I'll just see her outside, And she's like, "Hey, I need to ask your help with something." And I was like, "What's going on?" And she's like, so she has a 5-year-old son who painted his nails. And who was very stoked about painting his nails. And obviously I paint my nails. So I was like, oh, okay. Well, it turns out that he went outside. He's a really big fan of recycle trucks / trash trucks, all the above. So every week he goes out there and he just gets to watch them and is so stoked. And usually the guys are really nice and they interact with him and whatnot. Yesterday, not so much. The trashman decided to make fun of him for having his nails painted.
For real?
Yeah. So much.
Wait, so these grown adults are goofing on a 5-year-old?
Yes. The one guy is making fun of him and saying, "Hey, painting your nails is for girls. Why are you doing that?" Proceeds to call the trash man who was just in front of him over so he could see the kid and say, "Oh, that's not manly. Why are you painting your nails?"
So he doubles down.
He doubles down. The kid runs inside, with tears in his eyes, crying, and immediately is trying to pull off his nails because he doesn't want painted nails because he doesn't want to be a girl.
Oh, mom's like, the trash man had a trash take.
Well, right? Look, they left before the mom could figure out what was going on, and she's just like, next time they come, I'm going to let them have it. But right now, is there any way, because I guess she had a conversation with him and said, hey, some of our good friends, they paint their nails too, and they're men, it's fine. It doesn't matter, if you want to express yourself, feel free. So she calls me, and my heart broke. The minute I heard this, I was just like, man, because I know how that is. You just want to express yourself in different ways. Who cares what you wear, what you want to do? And so
I certainly don't expect the garbage man and the recycling man to just clown on you for it.
This kid's heroes.
He's 5.
Well, yeah, you know how Barrett is with excavators, trash men. It's they're heroes to these kids, and they're just making fun of him.
Well, now he has a new hero.
It's Danny V.
It's Danny V. Showed him my nails. Next time we're gonna have a nail painting party.
Yes!
I don't know how he feels about it yet, but it was one of those come on, man.
Well, good on the mom that she was able to find an alternate because she was trying to find somebody cool and she couldn't. She tried to get Caleb Williams from the Bears to come down, but he doesn't live anywhere near here. So at least she found Danny V.
Yeah. What are you, a trash man, Steve?
Danny the hero.
Let's just not make fun of people.
No, don't talk about people's appearances, and especially don't break the spirit of a child. That is terrible. Terrible.
Do you go home at night and then go how was your day at work? It was awesome. Clowned on a 5-year-old for having nail polish.
Put that kid in his place.
What a freaking dolt.
I can't stand it. I was just let's not make fun of people's appearances.
Way to come to the rescue, Danny.
Thank you.
The Daily Migs Show. Knowledge is power. So give us 5-ish minutes and we'll give you, some interesting stuff you can talk about at work. This is the Daily Migs Download.
AKA the DMD.
here's your daily dose of doings happening in the world.
Ryan Castle joins us.
Speaking of clowning on people, what's with you taking cheap shots at my drumming skills when I'm not even in the room to defend myself?
Insulting.
Seriously.
I did not tolerate it.
Seriously,
I
that
came
is
to your
low.
defense.
That is low. It's not that you're wrong. It's that I wasn't here to defend myself.
I had your back. I said we're equally mediocre.
I heard that. Thank you, Steve.
Yes,
Thank
nothing
you,
but
Steve.
love for
I think
you.
you're giving me a little more credit than I deserve, so thank you.
And myself.
Are you guys the only two drummers on our staff? Is there anybody else that does that?
One of our guys used to be, but he just left.
I think Patrick, the IT guy, plays.
Oh,
I think he's like
yes.
I think he's like an actual drummer, though.
Oh, he's probably better than both of you.
He doesn't associate with us cosplayers. Drummer cosplayers over here.
Right.
Hey, how about them Seattle Mariners? Your red hot Seattle Mariners, yet another win, beating the Angels 5-3. Thank you, Jorge Polanco, who was responsible for all 5 of those runs, including hitting 2 home runs. So Jorge is just hot. Player of the week, it continues. Maybe he'll be player of the week for 2 straight weeks.
Let's go Mariners. Also for the city of Seattle, very exciting to learn that we have been awarded a professional women's hockey league expansion franchise.
All right.
So right now they're just calling it PWHL Seattle, but I'm sure
they
that
better
there'll
come up
be...
with a better name than that, right?
Any suggestions?
No. I don't know.
What were some of the ones that the Kraken were tossing around that didn't end up happening?
I don't know, like the Sockeyes,
Yetis?
the Yetis. I have no idea what they're going to go with.
I don't know that you want to be on a women's team referred to as the
The
Yetis.
Yetis.
It just seems, I don't know.
It's a little hairy.
Right.
The Tunas?
Oh my God.
And that's why we can't, that's why I said no. I don't have any guesses, because no matter what I say, I'm going to sound like a jerk.
Right, tacos.
Right.
The tuna tacos.
Oh my God. You guys are bad.
You asked the question.
This is why I said no.
I did see like they're using like the green. Oh man.
Oh,
Just
Let's they're using green and cream as their color thing right now. I don't know if that's going to be their thing, but they're
What
using,
shade of cream?
It's
Are we not moving on?
Emerald green and cream.
I have never watched someone dig a hole deeper faster than this.
Who doesn't want to wear a cream jersey?
All right.
Let's go PWHL Seattle. You know what? Let's just get out of here. As far as weather, we're going to hit a high of 63. It's going to be cloudy today. That is the DMD brought to you by Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel, plus Evergreen and Cream. And that's what's up.
Our best drummer ever, Ryan Castle, is up next with your morning 12 pack.
The Daily Migs Show.
$50,000 to $80,000 to repair and replace a broken sewer? That stinks.
Well, that's what you get when you buy an older home.
We don't have that kind of money. I mean, who does?
Well, don't wait until it's too late. Call Pinky's.
Pinky's?
Yes, darling. Pinky's Plumbing. They do everything plumbing, even sewer and drain cleaning. A little preventative maintenance now will save you a big headache later. Just schedule it at pinkysplumbing.com.
Oh, thanks, Ethel.
If you're ready for a new job, let Express Employment Professionals help you. Express is already hiring for summer jobs in a variety of industries. Job seekers never pay a fee at Express. Go to expresspros.com to find your location. That's expresspros.com.
The Toyota Tundra and Tacoma are designed to outlast and outlive, combining raw power with precision engineering, all backed by Toyota's legendary reputation for reliability. Climb inside a Tundra and experience the uncompromising strength. With its available iForce Max engine, the Tundra delivers exceptional power, torque, and towing capacity. Plus, the spacious and high-tech cabin keeps you connected on the run. Or check out a Tacoma. Agile, dependable, and unstoppable. The Tacoma's designed for those who go beyond the trails. Stay ahead of the pack with available off-road features like crawl control. Or break out your tunes with the available portable JBL speaker. Toyota trucks are built to last, year after year, mile after mile. So outlast every adventure and outlive the moment. Buy a Tundra or Tacoma today. Visit buyatoyota.com, the official website for deals. Or stop by your local Toyota dealer to find out more. Toyota, let's go places.
Going up. Prices keep going up these days. It feels like being on an elevator that only goes up. Going up. But not at Metro. We're pushing the down button. Going down. We've lowered prices. Get one line of 5G data for $40, period. That's 20% lower. And you get a free 5G phone when you bring your number. Only at Metro.
5-year guarantee on eligible plans. Exclusions apply. See website for details. Not available at Metro with T-Mobile in the past 6 months. Tax applies.
Man, that was easy.
Bulldog Rotary Hammer!
Hello?
It is I, He-Man, your inner Bosch.
Inner...
Bosch!
I'm sorry, what?
That powerful feeling you get when you can powerfully blast through concrete. Say it with me.
What, like right now?
Yes! We have the power!
The more you Bosch, the more you feel like a